So in today's class, we will discuss about collections. So today is 12 March 2023, and we will discuss about collections. Inside a Python, there are 4 types of collections available in Python. So first of all, we will go through about the introduction of the collections, how many collections are available in the Python. So first one is called list, and second one is called tuple, third one is called sets, and fourth one is called dictionary. So why these collections are required inside Python? Why collections required? And what is the use of collection? There are 2 important things we need to understand. So, like in a normal day of life, we are using containers. If we want to store something, then we need some containers. Like if we want to store water or either any items, we need to store pot. Okay, like same thing when we are discussing about any application in a web-based means what the core concept are using there. First of all, in all types of application in all over the world means we are storing some data there. Either it's adding by the admin or either it's providing by the user. For example, if we are taking the example as a like of Facebook. Okay, so in Facebook, what admin is not uploading your profile. So we are going there, the user is going on that application, that is a Facebook application. The user is providing their information. Like first of all, when we are going for the registration, when we are going on any application means first of all, we need to use the registration. Either we can call this one sign up also. Anything we can call according to the application they are putting there. So registration or either sign up. Okay, when we are providing, when the user is doing the sign up, what do you mean about the sign up? Means we are storing some information. We are giving the user is giving some information to the website. And what website or either web-based application? What website and web-based application, what they are doing there? They are storing our information. They are storing our information in their database, in DB. DB means database. Database. What is the meaning of the database? Means we are storing those information. We are storing those information. There are some containers are there. Sorry. Means when we provide this information like first name, generally we are providing we can divide either name or either we can divide this one into first name, either last name. Generally then we are providing email address, or we are putting at the time password, or sometimes we need to provide contact information like mobile number, anything. Mobile number you can put here, mobile number. Nowadays, initially when we are using the previous version of the web-based application, at the time a lot of informations for at the sign up time we are taking. But nowadays very less information we are using for the sign up and registration. Basically registration is a more lengthy procedure. So first of all we are doing sign up, and next phase is the registration. In registration basically we are providing a more information. But when we are doing the sign up on any application, at the time only we are providing either, we don't need to provide this one also. The major thing we need to provide either mobile email address, password, or mobile number. These things. Sometimes we are using the sign up. Using any email address, any either Gmail we are using, either Facebook we are using, either LinkedIn profile we can directly sign up also, Twitter profile also we can use. The other applications are providing a functionality. You can sign up using the Gmail. Means only you need to click on the Gmail. You need to provide your Gmail address and the password. Automatically, we are storing this information in our application. At that time, we are using the API and we are fetching some data from there. What the service you have selected there in a sign up page according to this, or either you need to provide your information directly there. Okay, either you need to provide your name, you need to provide name, email address, password. It basically based and depend on our application requirement. So what we are doing there, when we are providing this information, what application is doing, they are storing this information in their database. Why they are storing? For the later time when you will come again on that application, they will remember you, who are you, when you provide the email address. On the basis of this, what the data you have stored, means after sign up, when we are going after sign up, we have already uploaded some photograph, video, or audio, other many things we have already uploaded there. Okay, after sign up, what we are doing there, we are sharing the photographs. Okay, we are sharing photographs there, we are sharing our audios there. Okay, we are doing chatting there, and we are uploading videos there. These things we are doing. Okay, these all things are storing in our database when we are uploading. And when you are coming back again, how these data are displayed on the application, at that time we are using these collections. Means what we are doing there, first of all, when you have already signed up at that time, we are storing these values directly in the database. Before storing in the database, of course, we store this value in a variable. When we are discussing, like we have already discussed in the starting, like we have providing the input and enter your name. Then we are running it, then we are storing in a variable, any name of the variable we are storing. This is here. What is the meaning of this? This is also a container. This is this type of container. Variable is also a container. Variable is also a container. What is the meaning of the container? Container means that stores some values there. That stores something. Though if in anything we want to store, that is called a container. It means we can store something in that one. So here variable is also a container. Okay, container means we can store some value, what the information is provided by the user at the time of run. At the time of running the application, we are storing in this variable. But the problem is here, only we can store one value in that variable. Okay, but if we want to store more than one values, when we are fetching when we are going in Facebook and we are opening our profile para, our dashboard page, then a lot of informations are displaying there. How we can fetch this value, we can store in our variable, then we are displaying there on the screen. Okay, so how we are doing there? So we can come here, like this is an application like Facebook you are using. Okay, you are using the Facebook there. Okay, like Facebook is application is here. Okay, and you need to provide here username and password. Okay, these two information you need to provide at the time of login, when we are doing the login. At the time, what's happening there? So before this, we have already doing there some sign up there. At the time of sign up, what we have done there? At the sign up, we have already provided the information, like email we have given, email address, and just remember two things we have given. Okay, for example, password. When we are coming later time here, what we are doing here, again we need to provide this email address will be treated as username. This email address we have provided and they have already stored in their database. Database means what? There are some content, there's some concept of type of these things. Like there are something like this one. Okay, here database is here, like we can say. This is looking like a container. So you can put here something, this information will be stored inside this one. Okay, so when we are providing at the time of sign up, we are providing this email address and this password. What is doing there? They are treating this email address as a username, and they are storing these two value where in the database. Some concept of the database when we go in the next class, coming classes, then we will discuss there also. So these all information we are storing in database. And when we are coming again for the sign in time, okay, means the login time, when we are coming here, login. At the time again we are providing here username. Then we are going a text box type of thing. We need to provide here text box like that. These are called text box. After then we need to provide your password. This is a type of also text box, but user will. This is also type of text box, but basically we are using creating as a password type. So when we will create in HTML as a password type, then it will show when you are putting any values, then it will show like a star automatically. It's by default featured by the HTML. Okay, we'll discuss later when we will discuss the HTML. So at the time of login, what we are providing here, we are providing only these two information, this username and the password. After then, what we are doing, when we will put this when we will put our email address in this text box as a password in this text box, then again it will go there in the database and it will validate there. So your information, what the information you are providing, this one, it's correct or not, it will do validation. Okay, in the DB validation. Some query we need to use like select and ID and other information from user table where username is equal to this, password equal to this. Some such type of query will be written there. When what you are providing this information, automatically it will replace in the query and it will check these values are stored in the database or not. If the value is stored, then what's happening? Then the next page will come here. Which type of page it will come here again? Again, some dashboard or profile type of the page will come here. Okay, like such type of page is coming there. Okay, like you can say profile page. Okay, some profile page which coming there. Okay. And here a lot of information like your profile pic will be displayed there, your name will be displayed there, your last login will be displayed there, your photograph, your friend activity, a lot of information is displayed here. How these informations are coming and displaying here? When we will fetch, when you are providing this information, what the time what it is going? It is going in multiple database table. It is multiple database table. First of all, what we are going here? We are going in user table, like user login table we have already created. First of all, it will validate there. Okay, what the information you have provided there, it will be validate with the DB. After then, what will do? It will read the data from different table also. Okay, so there are multiple relationship between the different tables. When we will create a basic project in the Python, then we will go through and it will be easy to more understand about how the application we are developing in the industry. So what at the time what we are doing, so when user log in there, then it will be validated with the DB. Then we are fetching a lot of records. Okay, a lot of fetching, a lot of records, data from DB. Data from DB. Data is a plural and singular was. So data from DB. Okay. At the time what we are doing, we can't store these all values in a single variable. So at the time we are using connections. Means when we want to store more than one value, so multi-dimensional value, at the time we are using list, dictionary, sets, tuple, these type of things. Okay, so now I think it's very clear for all of you where we will use this list, tuple, set and dictionary. So at the time of fetching the record from the database also, we store these bulk data in these containers. And when we are providing a more than one values also, like sometime you have, when you are going to make the registration on the job portal like naukri.com, at the time you are providing a lot of information there. So it's not possible all these values are stored in a single variable, 1, 2 and 20 variable. At the time we are putting some values in a dictionary, in a list we are using. So there are 4 types of connections available in the Python. First one is a list, second one is a tuple, third one is a sets, and fourth one is a dictionary. In this one, there are 2 very important that is playing the role, list and dictionary, that is more important. Tuple also we are using, but sets we are very less we are using. According to our requirement, we are using this condition. So what do you understand till now? So you can understand what is collections. So collections in Python, collections are containers. Containers for store, you can say multi-dimensional data, more than one row, more than one columns are there, multi-dimensional, multi-dimensional data. So we need to use collections. Okay, means more than one row, more than one column we want to store. It's not possible to directly store in a single variable all the values. Okay, here also, but in a different way we are creating. In a list, what we are creating here, where we are directly we can put the variable, means we are putting here where, and we are putting any name. So this is the name, this is the in simple value. But when we want to store more than one values, combination of values, collections of data, at the time we need to use collection. Without collection you can't use. Okay, this is very important. So these are also in the interview also they will ask the question. These four of things are also called data structures in Python. Data structures of Python. Okay, so if anyone asks you what is the data structure in the Python, so at the time you need to reply list, tuple, set, and dictionary, the data structure of the Python. It's the interview question. Generally, we ask when the fresher is coming in the for the interview. Okay, at the time we are asking. So it is very now I think you all will be understand what is the use of the list and where we can use in application, at what time we need to use these things. So now I think it's clear. Now we go move forward. Okay, now we will go in more deeper in one by one. These all are not a small thing. These all are very bigger, like list and dictionary is a very important things. We need to take separate class for the list also. Today just we will understand what is list, tuple, and set, and dictionary. Okay, these things only we need to understand. So now we can create here. There are two ways to create list. First of all, we need to use a square bracket, or either constructor is also available in the Python. So list has also a constructor like list. List is also a constructor for creating the list. So with the help of a square bracket, we can create a list. With the help of list and round bracket, we can also create a list. There are two ways for create a list. Okay, now, and in the list, what is the advantage of the list? Combination of values, either a combination of values means combination of values, or you can say data means collections of different data types. Collection of different data types. What is the meaning of different data types? Means we can store a string, we can store integer, we can store a float, we can store a double. Any type of combination of the value we can store in a single list. We don't need to require only store a single data type of the string or either a single integer. No, we don't require. But in a single list, we can store a combination of all type of the values. This is the advantage of this list. And list is a mutable. List is mutable. This is also interview question. Mutable means we can after create the list, we can add, edit, update. You can say no need of edit. You can add, update, or insert later also, and delete. These four things are very important. Generally, in any application, what we are doing, either you are using any application in your day-to-day life, or either any app, what you are doing there, you are adding some information there, you are updating some information there, you are deleting some information from there. After creating, you can sometimes you can also do the insert also. So in add, update, edit, and delete. Add, update. Generally, you can say add, update, delete. These three operations we use here. Three operations: add, update, delete. And in this one, for the addition part, we are doing insert query in the database. Okay, and for update part, we have update queries there. For deleting of the data from the existing database, we need to use delete. These three things we are using in the database. But when we are creating a list, this is a mutable. Mutable means what? We add after creation of the list, we can add the value, we can update the value, delete the value. In this one, in these three operations, we can do many things also. Okay, later we will discuss. So how we can create list? For example, if we want to create a list of month, because there are month means, so like here, the Jan we can store there, Feb, and there are one more thing you can create in this way also. And here no need, you can use double quote also. Remember, the both are same. In some compiler level there is some difference, but later we will discuss on this. So both are same, there is no any difference. Okay, right now March and so on. Okay, we can create here, like here also March. These both are same, there is no any difference. But there is one option also, using the constructor. We will discuss later when we will go in a class. Then at the time we can understand what is constructor. So at the time you can easily understand what is the use of the constructor. Okay. So right now, so first of all, we can use using the square bracket. The second option, using the list constructor, we can also create list. Okay, how we can create? For example, if this thing we want to create, how we will do this? So month equal to list, then bracket, then you can put the data here. Okay. Any either single quote or double quote, any one we can use. Any number of the value we can add here. Okay. So after then we are putting the value, combination of value we are putting. Okay, let me run this one. First of all, we need to print like month. Here we are putting month one. Why we are giving the different name? Because if you will give the same name, now what will happen in the Python compiler? What we will do? Because the variable name say or variable name are same. Okay, so it will override the values. It will not create a separate things. So this one value will be overridden by. So I have given us different name here. You can see a different name here. Okay, so if we print here. So now you can see here from these all three, you are getting this value. Means there are two ways to define a list in Python. First one, using the square bracket, you will create a list there. Okay, either you can use, if you are using the string value, then you can put the always string inside single quote or either double quote. Anyone, both are same. No, there is no any difference. Okay, the second option is you can use using the list. Either you can use here a single quote also or either double quote also. Anyone you can use. Okay, I am removing this one. So I think either comment this one only. So with the single quote, either double quote you can use. Okay, here we can use also single quote or double quote. So here we are using, for example, if I delete this thing, then what will happen? You can see. Okay. So it's throwing error. List expected one argument got thing. Mean inside list. So list, what is the syntax of the list? We want to use list. So you need to use, this is the syntax. If inside this one, you need to provide any value, you need to use either again round bracket. So this is not the standard way to use and create the list in Python. The standard way, basically, we are using this one. Generally, we are 98% we are using in this. Very rarely we will use this one. We will not use this option. So we will go only with this value in this option. So what the combination, we can create the combination. So now we can do, so this is a list. Okay. Now we understand tuple also. So what is the difference between tuple and list? Tuple is also same. Tuple can also store multiple data type. Like it's only the difference is tuple is immutable. Okay, like this one. If we put here, tuple is immutable. What is the meaning of immutable? After we create the tuple, we cannot add, update, and delete. We can do. Update we can't do. Okay, add. After when we are creating the tuple, after this one, at the time we cannot add more values here. Like for example, if I explain you, like here we have created month. Okay, now in this one, if I want to add some more value in this list, what we need to do? Okay, so here only we need to do, just you can see here in name month. If we want to add more values here, you can put here. So there are more functions available, or either using the index value. There are many options. So first of all, let me explain. Here, insert a new value inside list. For this also there are many ways. So here what you can see here, when we are printing this value, so you can see only these values are coming. Okay, so we have already discussed in the previous session कि when we are going in the list, it always start indexing value when we are storing, when we store the value inside the list, what we are doing. So we are doing here the values in this way, like if we have created this one. Okay, and so we have already discussed, we can get the value using index. So index value we can use. On the basis of index, we can fetch the value from this list. So this is on the 0 index, this is on the 1 index, this is on the 2 index. So this is a positive index, means in a positive way we are getting. In a negative way, what is this option? -1, -2, -0. So negative indexing will always start from right to left. Okay, a positive is always start from left to right. Left to right. Okay, positive will start from left to right, and negative will start from right to left. Negative will always start from -1, -2, -3. Positive will always start from 0, 1, 2. But this one, negative indexing, very rarely we are using. Maximum time we are using this one. So in some other condition we want to use this one, at the time we have an option this one also. So right now you need to only understand, we will get the fetch the values from this list one by one. If we want to get the values, then using the index value we can also get, like here, if we want to print these values, if we put the 0 value, means 0 value will be printed here. So now you can see here in a when we are printing all the list, then all the values are coming with the square bracket also. But here when we are fetching the single value, means we are fetching this value. In the same way we can get 1 also, 2 also. So you can see here January, February, March. So means 0, 1 and 2. Means it will start from 0, total number of the length of the list -1. So it will go till 2. 3 means till 2. Okay. So now we want to add now we want to print, in a previous session we have already done, but again I will print this one. So now I'm just adding some more value here. For example, we have added here. Now you want to print all the value using the loop also, we can print. So val we can in month, only the list name we need to provide. Automatically it will take from 0, 1, 2. So if we print value here, so you can see. So you can see here all the values are coming: January, February, March, April. So after this one it's coming. Okay. So now you can see here, this is these things we have already printed here. And after then January to May. So if we want to fetch all the values at the same time using loop, we can achieve this one. Using while loop also, using for loop also we can do. But generally we are using the for loop. In that way, we don't need to add any additional condition there. Automatically you need to use only for loop, for here, the keyword for, then you can give any name. Like if we want to give A, then you can give also A. So automatically what the value will be indexing on this, so automatically it will come on there. Any name you can provide here, but generally we are giving always the related name, the relevant name. So some meaningful name we are providing here. Okay. In this way, we will fetch all the values at the same time. Now we want to add some value inside this one. So there are many functions for this. Okay. Like we can using the append function, we can using the insert function. Okay. So for add a new element, new item in list, we use append and we use insert. There are difference. Okay, what the difference I will explain you. So now, for example, if we are right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values inside this month. Now we are using month dot append and we are putting here after then May, so June value here. Okay, June. So what will happen now if we print these values after this one? So you can see. So here it is printing January to May, but the printing we are here, and now we are printing here line number. For example, if we give here, we can also give line number 13. Okay, means here this is the line number 13, so we are printing. So I am just putting here, so it will be easy to identify which line code is coming here. Okay, which line of the output is coming here. So here line number 13, what it's giving there, line number 13 we are giving January to June. What happened when we are using the append function? Automatically the value, what the value we have passes here, it will automatically add right hand side. When we use append function, it will automatically always add in the right hand side of the list. So this is the current list. If we use here append function, like we are storing these values, we are storing this value in month. Okay, M. Okay, and when we are doing M dot append and some value we need to provide here, like APR append. So what the name? First of all, you remember always this, the list name. What the, in which variable you are storing this list? This is called M is a list. Not now M is not a variable. So you can't say M is a variable. You always say M is a list. So M is a list. The name of the list means this list will be identified by the name of the M. This is alias of this list. So M is the name of the list. So when we want to append any value inside the existing list, we need to use always the name. So M is here the name. The M dot append we need to use. Automatically what the value we are passing here, it will always add this value inside the last position. Always after the current position. So this is a 0, 1, 2. The now next value will be append on the third position. But in some condition, this is the default feature of the append. But when we want to add a value inside a list on a particular index value, means in some condition we want to replace this value, means not replacing, means we want to add some but one value here. For example, if I take one more example here in the different, for example, I have forgotten this one. in a list, what we have added, I have created there. I have forgotten this one. Okay, January, March, April, May. Now I want to add a particular value in that particular position. How we can do this one? So for this, we need to use month dot insert and the index, in which index we want to provide, add this value. February is missing from one index, so this is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, this is 4, but always start from the 0 index. So it's a 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index. So if we put here the insert, if we put here the values, so in one position we need to give here 1, means we need to pass two values here always inside insert function. While inside append function we are using only one value, but the value we want to add only we are passing that value, but in insert function we need to pass the index value also and the value also. Okay, so here if we want to pass February, so I comment this one, then you can see here, so January, March and April. If I remove this one and again if I print month, now you can see Feb is coming on that particular position with January and February, March and April and May. So you always remember, in this way we can use the insert when we want to add a value on a particular index, then we need to use insert. So there are a lot of functions available inside a Python for manipulating the list function. Okay, few of this one just I'm writing here, and after then we will just do some practice there. Okay, like we have done already insert and append. Then if we want to fetch the particular value, index value also, then we can use index function is already available in list, and then we can use create a copy also. Like if we want to create a new list here, so there are two ways. Okay, I will explain you. And then we can use count also, then we can extend use function also. If we want to add two lists in a single list at a time, we need to extend also. And concatenate we can do also. Concatenate, there is some function, concatenate, there is some plus function we use. Okay, and when we want to delete also, we want to remove a particular element from the list, means a single value we want to use remove, then we can use a remove function also. And there is one more function, pop function also, that there is some difference between these two. And there is one more function, del is also available for deleting all the values from the list. And there is one function, clear function is already available. Okay, these all things with the, and a lot of already listed, a lot of list predefined functions are available for manipulation of the list. I will share with you. Okay, in the class material I will share with you. So just be these all the things, we will do some practice here. Like we have already defined here a month, and if we want to fetch a particular position, like here now after then and the list, the month is now coming in this way. So 0, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. If we want to fetch the value, means in March, but on which index it's available, so we can use index function. Okay, so for using of the index, what we can do here, then we need to print here. Print, we can just for printing the value, just or either we can use some other value function also, like I will explain you. So index, so first of all, let me remember index, so need to pass the name of the list and then index, and what value we need to pass, we can pass here like MAR. Okay, now if we run this one, so you can see here it's on the two value, means 0, 1, 2, there is a 2 index. Okay, if we print here, so there is a 0 index. So what the value of, on the basis of value of the list, we can fetch the index of the list also, so using the index function. Okay, so and for creating of the copy directly, we can, for example, we have already month function. Okay, a month list, and I want to create a new month like month 1. So in this way we can also create. Okay, if we print here month 1, then what will happen here? So here you can see using directly you can what the list is already created month, we can define a variable automatically. This value will be assigned this one also. There are one more function like copy function is also available for creation of the list also. Okay, so how? So month 2 we are creating from month 1. So month 1 month.copy. And also when you want to check how many predefined functions are available with this list, only you need to do one thing. Okay, just you need to define the list name. Okay, and then press dot. After then how many functions are available, automatically it will display. So here you can see all the predictive: reverse, remove, extend, count, copy, clear, sort, pop, insert, append, index. These all are predefined function that is available for manipulation of the and for work with the list inside Python. Okay, like we have defined copy. Then what will happen? Then you can see here print month 2. So you can see here the output. Okay, month 2 it is printing here. So for example, for basic better understanding, we can give you a subname so you can understand this is a month 2 value. Okay, so there are many function count, you can apply these functions also. Okay, so these are called the list, and there are list comprehension also. But later we will discuss. Just we go through some basic part of the tuple. So both are the similarities now. Only there are one difference here. So we need to understand this one also. The tuple is also a container in Python where we can store the values, but only one difference after creation of the tuple. Means when we create the tuple, like in this way we need to create. So month we can also, so what's happening? Month is already predefined. There is no need to add any new value inside the month. So what the thing we can do here, for example, if we are putting this one, so you always remember, so generally we know there is no any changes in the month name. Month is always 12 for all over the world. So generally this type of things we are defining always in a tuple. So after defining, no one can modify the value. Okay, no one can append the value inside this one. Delete is possible. Delete is possible directly. Let me check 1 second. Tuple we are going to use. So in this way we can also create. There are one more way. So if I print this one, you can see here. So month is coming in this way, okay, like this one. So you can see here, this is tuple. So if anything is printing on the screen with the inside the round bracket, always you remember this is a tuple. There are two ways, same, the defining we are tuple list, we can define my tuple also. How? So like month 1 we are getting here. Now we can use tuple is a predefined constructor. Again, we need to pass the values in round bracket here. Inside this one, we need to pass this. Tuple second way, okay, tuple second. With the second way, second option, with the help of this constructor, we can also create tuple. But we always remember there always you need to pass to bracket here, to bracket here. So this is not the standard way. Generally, we use in this way. But in some condition we need to define, we need to define in this way also.
So second, you have to write month 1, sir. The print.
Yeah, okay. So in this way we can define also. Now what we can do, what we can't do this one, what the operation we are doing here, indexing we can use, copy we can use, count we can use, extend, yeah, append an index if we want to try here, then what will happen, you can see here, for example, month one dot append, and if we want to add some value here, like we have already defined, like May, till May it's available. Oh, sorry, here we are using that. Now here we can use May, then June. And if we run this one, then you can see here one error is coming. Okay, like this error is coming, line number 60. So this is the line number 61 type of error is showing here. So you can see here attribute error. We will discuss we will discuss in the coming classes. We have already exception handling or error type also. There are few type of error available in all programming languages. We will discuss there later also. So this is the type of the error, attribute error. Tuple object has no attribute append. So there is no any functionality for appending after defining or after creation of the tuple. We can't modify this one. We can't update the value also. What the update the value, like in list, we can update there also. One thing we have not done here. Let me do one more thing here. For example, if we are printing month here, so you can see before this one here is coming. Okay, in this particular position, if we want to change the value also, we can do. How we can do? So month 2, if we are taking this one, and on particular position we want to change the value. Okay, on position Feb in place of Feb, what we want to change. So 0 and 1, in 1 we can do modify this value. So like December. Now if we print, so now you can see here in this previous month 2, the value it is coming. In the second one, you can see here the month in place of 1. Now after in place of February, what is coming? Now December is coming. Means what the values and items are available in already in list, we can modify that one also. It's also possible. But these all things we can't do inside this one. And before, so this is already shown, we have already done. For example, if we want to change it, like month 1, and what the thing we have done there changes now. So if we try to do here like 0 and 1 in one position, if we want to put some test value, then you can see what type of error is coming. So you can see here, this is a type error. Tuple object does not support item assignment. Item assignment is also not possible. Item changing is also not possible. So what the thing you have defined, only you can delete, either create or either delete. Two functionality you can use. And count and other things are already available. Means when we want to count the length of this list now. So right now, for example, we are printing here these things. So how many elements are inside the list? We don't know now. So if we want to use this one, so we can use, so list name dot count. You can see here count, automatically it will print. Length function is there also. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, count is using different. So there is a one function count also. I explain you. 1 second. So one function is length. So length and object of the length. So we are passing this values and this. So here, well, there is a predefined function length is available. Okay, what is the meaning of the count? So with the help of length function, we can count how many elements inside the list. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. So with the help of length function, len function, we can calculate this one. But if we want to use count function, means how many times the one element is repeating there now. For this, we are checking this one. For example, here I am changing again Jan. Okay. Now you can see here the Jan is coming 2 times here in this list now. So here what we have done, the modification in month 2, we have modified again second value as a Jan. Okay, now we want to check how many times Jan is coming inside this list. We can use count function. Okay, so count number, count items. So here you can see 2 times. If we put again Jan in 3 times, then if we put, so how many times the one values are stored inside the list using the count, we can get the number of times, repeated times, the single value inside available in the list. So this is the function, the count also. Okay, the same count is available in the tuple also. Only we can't delete, we can't insert, append, or either modify anything. These 3 things we can't do the operation with the tuple. Only we can, after creation, we can do the deletion of only the deletion part. Okay, and here if we want to part the remove also, we can remove the values. So you can use this already function. You can go through and just with the help of this one, I will share with you. Then you can apply this function. So pop, delete, clear, these all things are available. Some other part also I will explain. But in the so that's for today. In the coming class, we will go more deeper inside the first, starting the set and dictionary. We will go more deeper in the list. Okay, so in the next class, we will discuss about the list comprehension. This is very important. List comprehension.
Tomorrow will be class, no, sir?
Yeah, 1 second.